Okay, let's get to Camus versus Shura. And I already got the good stuff out of the way, and it's getting late, and I have another idea that I want to get through with. So, since this is episode 7, we kind of split between Aldebaran's fight and Shura's fight. So, I kind of wish the fights were a bit better, because he had a good fight with Aldebaran with the punchings and the but Aldebaran was a little tough, and he doesn't look like he was struggling much. And Shura and Camus it's kind of like Milu and Camus with the projectiles, and it kind of looks okay. It's kind of average, but you know what really gets me? First of all, even after this episode started, I'm thinking, since Yggdrasil storyline has a lot to do with manipulating the minds of the people of Asgard. Excuse me. I'm thinking Camus was brainwashed, maybe? It turns out he's just being, like I said before about Camus, he betrays everyone due to his friendship. And you know what's really silly? It's said that Milu got offed because he had his fight with Camus before, and he fought certain Granny Sigmund for a little bit, but he fought the Shadow, was it Hilga? The Shadow Hilga in Filberwinter, the little forest with the illusions, and he doesn't get a second fight, and I think it'd be perfect with Camus, so everyone thinks, but he ends up with Shura instead. Of course, Shura needs a fight too, of course, but the only connection Shura has with Camus is the Hades saga, which I won't talk about here. That's basically the connection. But what's really silly is that it's the friggin' fight with Shura that wakes Camus up. And it's just kind of ridiculous. You think it'd be Milu's hot temper, like, hey buddy, wake your butt up. But no, it has to be Shura. Being powerful, their cosmos come together, and Camus beats Shura, and Camus basically like, you are a good friend, and I completely forgot how it felt to have such a warm friend, when he beat him. And then Cert comes out, and he's like, well, he's the enemy, so I'm gonna kill him right now. And Camus like, no, what are you doing? No, don't do that. He's my friend. You wouldn't do that. Yeah, he did. Shouldn't stabbed him. And Camus like, no! And then he wakes up. Talk about, Sir, what are you doing? And he's upset with Sir, like, and Sir's like, you are my friend, right? Why are you complaining? Why would you turn against me? You are my friend, right? You promised me. And also the thing about this chamber that they're in, first it was an ice chamber, and then Shura effectively took out the ice chamber, but it turned out there's a fire core underneath the ice core, and Cert's in charge of this chamber. So after Shura versus Camus, it turns out to be Cert versus Camus, and then this is when Camus gets his god cloth. Which, by the way, Shura unfortunately doesn't show off his god cloth. He just ends up getting killed, or stabbed, or goes to sleep. So, but basically, but that's the silly thing. I'm glad Camus woke up, but unfortunately, because it's 13 episodes, I guess we couldn't get to develop more on, well, the staff doesn't get to develop more on his betrayal and how things turn out, and they said that because he's the ice type of character, he's the ice character, usually the ice character, the cool character likes to betray everyone. It's kind of a stereotype. So Camus ends up with that stereotype, and in the end he just changes his ways because he was friendly. He gets the power of friendship with Shura. So his god cloth is cool, Camus, and he beats Cert, I'm sorry. He beats up Cert. He cast the friendship aside because he realized that Cert's a bit cruel. I think Cert back then, I think his profile said he had a sense of justice. He was really kind, and Camus didn't appreciate him having this cold-heartedness. But then he hurt Milo. He didn't seem to care about that, and that Milo's his friend. So he beats her, and that's it. And then he faints because he used the power of the God Cloth, and So Aldebaran and Cameo are out of there. And then the next volume, volume 4, it's gonna be episode 8 and 9, which is going to be the Balder fight with Shaka, and number 9, which is gonna be Saga. Saga has all the fight to himself, which is weird. So he gets to have fun, but the rest. But even though this episode 7 is kind of split in between Aldebaran and Cameo, because it's split. So it's like, when it's split, it's kind of shortened down. And the Gold Saints, of course they're the strongest Saints. I said that millions of times. So they don't have much of a struggle, or much of we have nothing to expose ourselves to when it comes to the battle. Because they have the techniques, and it's like attack 1, attack 2, cry, final blow, I got this, I got that. And it's kind of average, so that's it. And I think number 9 is very important too. Yeah, number 9 is definitely really important. There's also, not only the Saga, there's also Frody. So wait till I get to that. So that's it. I'm gonna see you in just a moment.